We're North Melbourne, the mighty North Melbourne Kangaroos, and we're here, Brett, to show you why in the West. Yes, we're North Melbourne.
You're singing.
I'm not going to go because that's actually quite high.
Singing North Melbourne words with the West Coast tune.
Kangaroos feasted on the Eagles on the weekend, boys.
They did. They had a little munch.
What? Hey, what a fucking win,
Monkey
honestly.
off the back.
Monkey off the... Monkey's in W. Was he there?
Monkey didn't come. Monkey didn't come, but Monkey's back from his motorbike trip around America.
How was that?
I haven't talked to Monkey about it. But I'll tell you what, this week we'll sit Monkey down. We'll get the keynote presentation on his trip.
Oh, I can't wait to hear about that.
The adventures of the ruck bag around Texas.
It's so good to hear you guys this week. I tell you what, I had obviously had the long weekend. King's birthday. Happy birthday to him if he's listening. But it feels like a bit of a minute since we've been together. Good news off the top. Kangas won.
Yep.
We had a long weekend. And we got 2 episodes. How good is that?
So good.
Is that exciting or what?
Well, it is. It is. There was some hard negotiation, wasn't there?
There was.
Because we know I'm pretty good at being flexible.
I'm bloody...
Getting in and out.
Oh, I feel like I've been bloody hit by a bloody bull when I was bargaining with this bloke over here. I thought it was bloody 2012 and I was bloody Wayne Campbell trying to sign him on the Richmond list again after a best and fairest season. He was really throwing some figures around and he came prepared, but we locked him in and we're happy to have him signed on.
And that's it. And that's why we negotiate hard to get to what's fair.
And that's what they do at Max Sports,
That's what we do at Max Sports, mate.
Friendships, it doesn't matter, but they get the best deal.
Has he thanked you?
Oh, there's no thanks needed.
No, because there's renovations happening at the Deledio household at the moment.
Yeah, I'm in with the in-laws at the moment.
How good. Did I get you the new pool?
Yeah.
Was that Footy and Friends that got you the new pool?
Yeah, it's a little blow-up one from Bunnings. But we're going okay.
Oh, it's good stuff.
Hey, boys, before we get into it today, this episode of Footy and Friends is brought to you by our incredible friends at BWS. Get your drinks for game day sorted and enjoy the footy with BWS. What do you like? Because you love, you're a good couple can, man.
Is it?
Yeah.
You love a couple, just like maybe how many when you're watching?
If I'm just watching the footy?
Yeah. With the fire on.
Yeah, a couple of cans Deledio.
It'd be 1 to 1.5 to 2, probably a quarter maybe, if I'm sitting out there just by the fire.
Just a quarter can?
By the quarter. If we're watching the footy,
sorry. I thought you were saying a quarter can.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, that'd be a bit of a waste of the other 3 quarters.
Yeah. Maybe.
Hey, boys, let's get into it. Fucking kangaroo, off the top. Hey, what about these kids? Kids? You might be able to hear them through the mics this week, but I've got the vintage spray on. Kangaroos, Puma, Mazda.
It's all happening, isn't it?
They look good in the warm-ups.
They did look good in the warm-ups.
A few of the boys wearing in the warm-ups, did they?
Yeah, I saw a few boys rolling. Even in your captain's run, maybe I reckon a few boys were running them.
Really? Well, we were. We were out at the stadium.
A lot of smiles at the captain's run.
Maybe.
You got to enjoy it, Brett.
Hey, Brett, do you reckon they were bloody going back into the Duck and Stevens and Carey, and they're like, oh, this is what the Duck wore back in the
Duck
day.
and Stevens and Carey wore too. Yeah, back on Pagan's paddock, mate.
Yeah, Pago. They're like, oh, Pago used to wear this jacket. Maybe we'll win this week, and they did.
Well, they look good, don't they? The boy, this is it's retro round for the Roos this week.
Oh, this week is it?
It is, and you'll do a little plug for the obviously for the merch and the store.
I'll get down there.
For Stacey Oates.
Oh, Oatesy, yeah, fucking oath.
At some stage, but that's happening. Collingwood Sunday. Retro merch, it's all happening.
Yeah.
We've got a bit on the set, obviously, for the YouTube watchers.
So they just jump on bloody northmelbourne.com, do they, and check it out?
Well, you and I discussed how we would plug this.
We'll have the link in the show. We'll have the link in the show notes. But I'll tell you what, these jackets, in the depth of winter, I'm starting to heat up in here.
Oh, yeah?
They're that good. I might have to just wait a sec. Let's just take this off. Why did you just take this off, boys? This is another one you can get there. This is Tom Powell got me this last year.
Did he?
24. Long sleever.
I'm seeing some.
How good's that?
Some inconsistencies with current sponsors, so you won't be able to get that.
Sorry about that. What, the AFL? The AFL aren't.
Jam Puma up there. We're away.
Oh, yeah, don't worry about it.
Tom Powell got you that?
Yeah, Powley.
What? How?
Where's your connection with Powell?
Yeah.
No, Powell, not Hal.
No, I know Tom Powell. I said Powell.
He just gave it to me.
Coach him, you dickhead.
I appreciate it. He got me this last year, which is fantastic. We'll get the updated one, obviously, but it's got the nice monogram on it. Great jumper. Anyway, going through the game. What a ripper. What did bloody Clarko masterclass, bit of Mick Barlow up there getting it done. You threw the ruck bag at the security guard. What was sort of going
Do you want to start with that?
What was going through your mind?
So Monkey wasn't there.
Yeah.
So I was a bit rattled. Had the ruck bag.
Monkey might not have a position when he gets back to Australia.
I was running off. And actually I was stretched for time, like the warm-up. We completely botched the warm-up timings. And game was about to start and I was running off. And I've actually got a little stress fracture in my leg at the moment.
Condolences.
Thank you. And so I was struggling to get off. And I didn't have much time. And I've just flinged the bag. And it was missing the security guard got by a good 5 to 10 metres. But it just, like, divine intervention caught it. Either a gust of wind or the boomerang.
There's somewhat of a boomerang, the ruck bags.
You know the security guards, how they take their job very seriously. It's not like he was alert and awake as to this bag flinging at his melon. So he was just staunch and it just whacked him. And he didn't take it very well.
Oh, he didn't take it. I said, like it.
Sorry, mate.
He didn't like it.
He didn't like it.
Well, I don't know, copping a ruck bag to the knackers.
Yeah, that's not part of his job description.
But in fairness, what sort of guarding are you doing if you're not seeing that coming sort of at you? But great game. Can't say I actually watched it, but I'll tell you what, I did see the result.
I saw the score too.
At least they bloody won.
Did you follow? Did watch it?
Didn't watch it, no.
Did you follow along, Brett?
The score. Yeah, I watched the score.
And what was the emotions like? Because
I was nervous. I was panicking for you.
It looked pretty good.
I was enthralled. And like Jai Simpkin, I know he kicked the sealer.
He kicked two in the last.
And as a leader and as a shin boner, you want to stand up when it matters. And that's what captains
do. See the big ruckman do the chase down?
Do you Tristan Cherry. It's a bad week to be a ruckman hater. I can't help but love what he did. Tristan.
Because usually if that was happening, what would the ruckman do?
Oh, fucking fall over or something. I don't know. I'm not sure. Hit the head on the roof. I don't know. Something stupid. But he was unbelievable. What a great chase that was.
A good chase.
Was that a free kick against Yo, you reckon?
Yeah, I do. Mate, he didn't try and get it out. What did get the fucking ball out, you know?
I think that
and how's Wardlaw's head, by the way?
He didn't have a lot of opportunity.
Yeah, but
clearly there's one, right? And that was kind of circumstantial late in the game, but it's probably a discussion, I think, that the change in the holding the ball rule, because there clearly is a lot more holding the ball free kicks being given.
Yeah.
I like to tighten up in the rule.
Yeah.
I really do, because it rewards good tackling, and it also puts the pressure on the player
to be
with
clean.
the ball to have to, not just spit it out.
Good fundamentals, as we say here.
Yeah. Of which I love the rule. I'm not going to answer the question whether I thought it was holding the ball.
I thought it was holding the ball.
I was just in the moment.
I think that if it wasn't paid, they would have. Yeah, they are very noisy. But I tell you what, they're bloody warm.
Yeah,
and they're great jackets. So jump on and get one of them.
Yeah.
I'm wrapped for yous.
Thanks. Yeah.
Have a couple of beers after the game. You got to at those sort of games, don't you?
Were you straight back?
No, we stayed. I went in and.
Yeah, hippie club, did you?
I went to Fremantle afterwards.
You went bathed in it.
You got to go down to Fremantle.
Went and caught up with the old teammates like...
Nick Subin?
Yeah.
Kepler Bradley?
Kepler didn't come, no.
Tendai Mazungu?
Zung. He spilt wearing a white button-up shirt. Knocked his wine over.
Was Duffield there?
Paul didn't make it.
No.
He lives...
Garrick Ibbotson?
Ibbo was there, yeah.
Oh, jeez, hit a few.
Dorse?
Sando?
Dorse lives in Melbourne.
Big Sandy?
Okay. Sandy couldn't make it. No.
Ballas. Ballas would have been there.
He's in Bali.
Troy Cook?
Oh, he's in Bali.
Troy Cook not there.
Sean McManus?
Some great names here.
Not Pavlova.
Fifey rolled in.
Oh, Fifey. Knifey.
Yeah. Knifey. Who else was there?
He would have been looking immaculate.
Lee Spur.
I punched him one day.
Me too.
And he did not like it.
Yeah.
And he chased me.
Yeah.
He chased me and he's like, I'm going to fucking kill you. And I was like, I actually believed that. I believed that he was going to
He's
kill
in the leadership group too, wasn't he?
Yeah, no, very good teammate, Lee. Very good teammate.
Yeah.
Very good with money. Always gives advice on money.
Oh, yeah. Well, our mate Brett, he's good with money as well. He's very good with money. Yeah. Believe me. My invoices are
very good.
popping.
So we stayed. We came back. Actually, the team came back the next morning. But I lingered a little bit and got away to flight.
Now, just not to warn, and I know you got...
So family man, obviously.
Yeah.
Get back out.
Actually got back in. Lonnie was still up.
Got a couple premiership coaches there at North, I'm sure, but you don't want to get a one-game hangover. I'm sure this week...
Yeah.
You're going to be back.
Drinking the old bath water.
It's done.
Get
and
back to
it's-
work.
We move on and we get back in the
Fundamentals.
sauna. We get those hands
Yeah,
going.
the
And we
sauna.
get it going.
How good was the sauna stuff? I genuinely the old ruffle rolling on the floor laughing because
That wasn't a Ross old trick, was it?
it's verbatim,
Oh,
all of it. You know when
How
you
good's
think,
that?
there's heaps of mayo on this.
No mayo. Could have had some more.
Let's get some balls flicking around in here, lads.
Oh, jeepers.
Hey, I didn't get to catch up with you either. Before we get into the review, guys, guess what? We are doing the review this week. I don't want the listeners to think we're not because
Yep.
it was a lot of friends last week.
It was a lot of
But it
friends.
was hard when you got, two of the bloody locker buddies over here
Oh, yeah, wasn't
just
it?
reminiscing on remembering on good-
Reminiscing.
Reminiscing is
Yeah,
the word
that's
I'm
the
looking for. Thank you. On the old times down at bloody
Down at Punt Road. Oh, yeah.
So I apologise for that, but as I said, 2 episodes
Down
this
there
week,
with?
we're there. Richo and the rest of them. We need to get Nahas on the pod, by the way.
Yeah.
Do you know him?
Yeah, certainly do.
Fantastic. We need to get
He was
him
a
on the
teammate
pod.
of mine. I don't just select who
Oh,
I
no,
talk
but he
to.
wasn't. He
But,
wasn't.
he was kind of in and out.
He was in and out.
He
So
was
I'm just
probably
thinking.
some
No,
weeks
he
in
was
the
actually
twos.
a pretty
No,
amazing.
I know, but he was in and out.
And
so
then
I'm
he
just
went to
thinking,
North.
He did go to North
Yeah.
as well. Fucking hell, let's get him on. Jesus Christ. I love Nahas. He was a very
Nahas.
He did go to North. That's
Yeah,
forgotten.
yeah.
And even though,
He played some good footy there. Good player.
yeah.
Good player. Let's get him in.
Little Robbins.
Anyway, did you enjoy catching up with the
With
Kochi last
Koch.
week?
It was good. Yeah.
He was. People were a bit surprised he dropped the F-bomb on the pod.
No, I was when he said it.
Yeah.
Do you think he was just so straight that
I think
he
he's just
wouldn't have-
hanging around with bloody bad influences
Yeah.
and dropped it. But anyway, guess what? Lee Matthews, we had the stouch.
The tiff.
We had the tiff. He's gone even harder, and he's trying to copy now our top 3. He's saying he's going top 3 of the generation.
What right does Lee have to do that?
Move on, Lee. Okay.
Get your own
He
material,
had. He
Lethal.
didn't have. I didn't actually watch the whole thing, but I just saw the headline that Dusty wasn't in it.
Oh, at the Tigs?
Yeah.
Oh.
No. Just in general.
Oh, overall.
But like, you got to think about it. Ablett, Judd. Like, there's a lot there.
He
Is Juddy better than
he
Dusty?
said his point was
I think so.
3. Everyone goes on about 3 Norm Smiths, and this isn't verbatim, by the way.
No.
I'm just
No,
paraphrasing.
it is. It's verbatim. Go on.
And he goes, okay. So he actually said
You said
he
this
goes,
word for word.
He's won 3 Norm Smiths, but yeah, that's just 3. He's treating that as just 3 games.
Yeah.
He's played well. It's like
That's fucking horseshit.
rather than
That's
yeah,
not.
round.
Well, it's a fair argument to say, well, that's just 3 games. But you look at what's
Yeah.
Danger. How many All Australians have he had? Like in terms of consistency, pretty consistent player.
Yeah.
Gary Ablett Jr. In my eyes, the GOAT. But
I do think though, and I know you don't like this argument, Brett, but performing on the big but I just think like being best
And
on in
premierships
3
just count
grand
for so much more.
I just think being best on in 3 grand finals is more than 3 games.
Oh, I completely agree. It's like big,
his 2017 season was unbelievable.
Yeah. Do you know my argument at the moment? And I was thinking about this the other day because it gets to this time of the year, and footy's not. I'm not sitting down going, "Geez, this is fantastic to watch," because it's in that little lull period of like
Yeah, it's getting hard, mate.
getting hard.
It's cold.
It's cold, but it's nothing's really on the line at the moment. I don't feel like, and
But
also
you can cock up your season by not
no, I agree.
coming out to
I
perform.
agree. I think I'll fire up in about 4 weeks' time and start
Understanding
really-
names and the players and
Yeah.
the people that are out there.
Actually knowing who
For
which
our
would be good
listeners.
for the review and preview shows.
Yeah, it would be good. I am watching, but I'm just saying, like, very consistently watching. Because, name me this.
You've just brought on 14 different sponsors, and then you've just declared that you don't watch footy.
I do watch footy. I'm saying I'm not enjoying it as much at the moment because it's just, I feel like nothing's really happening. And also to the fact, name me this.
Riddle me this.
Riddle me this. What player, I think I said this last year as well, but what player at the moment is having a season like a Buddy Franklin, a Dustin Martin 2017? Is there a player in the game at the moment that's doing that? Is there a player that you're going, yeah, I'm going to pay?
You can't wait to go and watch them play.
And sit on the
I would've-
seat.
yeah.
Because
they're not outside out of mind, but that Sydney side,
Yeah, they're fucking good, aren't they?
it's the old argument, Dyl. If they were wearing black and white stripes, or if they were in Melbourne, imagine Chad Warner and Goulden.
I love Chad.
Who had
Love
Goulden have 30 and a half?
He actually played
We can
golf
get that
with
in
him
the
last
review.
Yeah.
But the Sydney boys are electric.
No, they what? That's a good team at the moment. Like we spoke about it with Chad and last week about the West Coast thing, but like it's going to be hard to keep them all. How you keep
Oh
those
yeah,
all there?
because that's right. Because Chad and Reed are going to get $8 million between them. Is that right?
Yeah.
I'll have to
West
check
Coast,
my-
because at the bottom they get a
I'll
far
have
bigger
to check
salary
my
cap.
notes, but I'm pretty sure that's verbatim.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Moving on. Tigers beat Adelaide. That's not good for Adelaide. Can I say something? Can I say something about Adelaide?
Here's big news.
We're in the review.
We're in the review now.
Okay.
I saw him on the weekend because Will Swale here works here. He's from Adelaide. And he loves Adelaide. He's an absolute Adelaide nuffy. And I think that, and you might be able to comment on this back in WA, and I'm not saying that when Adelaide lost, you didn't see much news about that in Melbourne, did you? Like no one.
No,
really,
but in Adelaide,
no one really
it
cared.
would have been.
That was fucking. Here goes, mate. In Adelaide, this is like
Yeah.
like meltdown central. Like he reckons it's like as bad as that when Richmond were like bad and you had people calling up vomiting on themselves. Like that's how bad it was in Adelaide on the weekend.
I've got
He
to
said
admit,
it was bad, but mate, there was. He's calling for heads, like everything, like it's bad.
So,
Name names.
absolutely. Like in Melbourne media, we kind of, you just put it in the melting pot and move on. But even being back in WA on the weekend, you get the West Australian newspaper and you pick up the newspaper on Saturday and there's an article about Sean Darcy's not drinking beer anymore.
Oh,
for
Harley Reid bloody farted.
Yeah, all that. And Josh
Harley
Tracy...
Jake Tracy.
otherwise known as
Jake Tracy.
double.
Jake Tracy, I think.
He's got a triple-page spread. Jake, aka
Gee,
Josh.
Yeah. Well, I don't even know his
The
real
king
name.
of Kahuna.
Just talking about the farm and
Isn't it crazy?
Great person.
Anyway,
So-
I picked the Tigs.
Yeah,
Did you?
Did you really pick
Yeah.
them?
I thought, mate,
Brett
they
just
play well
shifted us
over
on.
there.
Shit.
You tipped him.
I tipped them.
I only got one tip right this weekend.
Really?
North? Good on ya.
You
What
did-
did
you suck
Adelaide do then? Like,
What do they do? Yeah, that's a good
Do you reckon
question.
their list is? What do you reckon their list? Because there's a bit of.
Yeah, I think there's a few gaps.
Where are the gaps? They've got a lot of the same player.
Yeah. Without Rankin in there, they lack a bit of speed in the midfield, I think. And then up front, they're Tex,
where's
Fogarty,
Thilthorpe? Where's he?
Where's who?
Stillthorpe.
Still. Fucking hard.
Go
name,
again.
To be honest. Stillthorpe.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, where's Stillthorpe?
Yeah.
Apologies.
Pick number 2.
He's
a couple
over there
of
with
years
Where
ago.
is he? He's
Tracy.
fucking good player.
Thil. Thilthorpe.
Yeah, we get it. Where is he?
He's been injured. He's had a knee problem, I think.
Fucking get it right, son.
Yeah.
Let's get you out in the park. We need you there.
Anyway, yeah, I think up front they lack a little bit. And then there's sort of Jordan Dawson or not much in the midfield, and they rely on him to get everything happening. Ranking out, I think, hurts, and then, yeah, it's sort of a bit.
Where
of
do
the
you go?
same.
Can you make some big calls there? Like, I actually,
Kane Collins did.
Oh, did
I
he?
watched.
Did he? Oh God, they'd be loving him at the moment, over there, wouldn't they? Fucking
He
hell.
did last night.
Jesus.
On one of the shows. What's he on?
Oh,
he
a
on?
few.
Footy Classified?
Yeah.
He's just like unrelenting.
Oh, I love it, mate.
He puts up the 8-man leadership group.
Oh,
and
God.
He goes, oh, strong on this. An 8-man leadership. Let's run through their performances. Jordan Dawson, we'll give him a tick. And he goes, the rest of them, like, just picked them off one by one.
Yeah.
So it shouldn't be in the team. Shouldn't be in the team.
Well, can you go and make some big calls there? Like, I'm not saying us, but do you make big calls? So do you go like, who's got value? Let's get him out and get someone in.
Well, I think I think they've got some. They were trying pretty hard for Will Hayward. I think they tried to sign him. But so they'll try and be aggressive. But I don't know what because the free agents starting to really thin out. There's not a lot of them left.
Yeah.
And then you got to try and prize someone out, which
really
which
isn't
means
a-
you got to give up a bit of draft capital, which is
I was looking through that list the other day, Fred. I can't remember who's on it, but I was like, not many here that I'd be like throwing a lot of cash at.
No, they
Personally.
last year, so they nearly made the finals, didn't they? But that was
that was that.
postgate.
Yeah,
I think I
postgate,
had him
yeah.
at 4, by the way. On the
Yeah,
ladder.
fourth?
I think I had him 4th.
Yeah, I think they
he
do
wins
like
something,
Brett said. I think they've got some really solid, a clump of really solid AFL players, and they just do rely on too few to be the genuine stars.
Yeah.
Dawson, Rankin, probably still too much reliance on Tex, even though he's 35.
The Texan, yeah. All right, Bulldogs lost to the
But
Lions.
the Tigs were good, so we'll give them a little.
Yeah.
Looking forward to Dusty's 300th this weekend.
Yeah.
I'll be going.
right. Is he all right?
I'm heading
though?
along, got the
Is he
president's
all right?
function.
Because he had the sniffles
he's
last week. Yeah, he was a bit sick.
Yeah, and I think you'll be okay.
How good's that? Why do people get upset about
I
it?
don't
Who
know.
gives a shit?
Yeah, Tom Morris was
get him in
carrying
front
on
of the
about it.
fucking Richmond. Like,
Yeah.
why do you want him to go play out there?
Yeah.
Honestly. Who we got, Tigers? Who we got?
Hawks. It's a big game.
Yeah.
That's a big
Hey,
game.
the Hawks are they knocking on the door.
Our man as well used to be
Could win the
there.
Brownlow.
He used to be there as well, Brent.
Oh, he was at the Hawks for a bit as well,
Yeah.
wasn't he?
implemented.
everywhere.
I implemented something in my 6 months there. you
Yeah,
reckon?
well, I reckon.
Played a real
I
part.
reckon. I actually saw my good friend Cade Simpson yesterday. He's looking after the forwards. He's looking after the forwards coach there.
He's looking after one of them.
Yeah. He's doing
Anyway.
they're doing very well.
Sneaky
Bulldogs
good game.
Lions.
Yeah, I did that game actually. I was there for ABC.
Yeah.
Gave a few
What'd you
special
see?
comments.
What'd you see?
The Dogs were listless, essentially. They didn't offer too much. It was a big opportunity for our boy Rory Lobb to, do some stuff up front, but just couldn't get into the game. And
Injured?
No, injured late.
Yeah.
Rolled his ankle, I think. But it was a game where the Lions just dominated from the midfield, bashed them up around the ball, and then Eric Hipwood had his career best game. Kicked 6, competed really hard,
6
was
is
good.
nice.
Huey McCluggage, good player.
He's
Just
a good
signed his
player.
big 7-year deal or whatever it was. Lockie Neal didn't have any time put into him whatsoever. Jared Berry did a great job on the Bont. Mind you, when everyone's like, the Bont was really quiet, 19-3, like still a bloody good game. You'd be pretty happy with that.
I'd be ecstatic.
So if you're looking at that, playing the Dogs, it's just put work into. It's not simple. It's just put work into the Bont, and you're going to get a result. But
Yeah.
I think it's.
Can I? This is going off the top as well, but with Western Bulldogs, I think Bevo gets really harshly judged, and probably even I've done that, and not like purposely.
You're calling out Bevo.
No, I'm not at all. I'm actually saying the opposite. Like, I think in these situations when you've got teams that aren't performing at their best when they can, you know what it's like in the terms of, in the sense that there's one senior coach, but there's a lot of other coaches around them. Like, what happens in a time like this? And you'd be actually at this position, after the win this week. Like, what happens? Like, all the pressure does come on that senior coach, but there is a lot of other people around that need to be accountable as well.
Yeah, certainly. It's well, that comes with the gig, isn't it? If you're the head cocker, they get highlighted big time when it's going well, and highlighted big time when it's not going so well.
Does Bulldogs? Remember there was that. I think maybe it was last year or the year before, they lost some salary cap, or they put it into something else, soft cap, where they don't have as many coaches now, or is that correct? Am I speaking around the right? Like, do they have as many assistants as everyone else? Or have they invested in something different or something like that?
Because Rowan Smith was there for a lot of years. I think that he left and they brought in some others. But no, I don't know whether they're...
Okay.
Matty Spanger's there. He's a good friend of mine.
Spang,
Brendan Lade's there.
He actually lives in Richmond, I reckon. I see Spang.
Nah,
I saw Spang run around Optus, what's the...
Prince Park.
doing the run. And he was... busy. He's a family man, isn't he?
Yeah, he is.
And I could tell this guy was.
You get out, you exercise, and you get home.
No, he was. You could tell he was in a hurry because he's running. He's got car keys in one hand. He's got his phone in the other. And actually, he stopped and talked for a bit, and he said he had daycare pickup and whatnot. So he's coaching, I think, the forwards.
Yeah.
But I think there's a little bit of with the Dogs for a long time. Again, very reliant on their best few. And I think the common denominator a lot of the time for the Dogs has been that bottom 6 to 8 players.
Yeah.
There's a bit of the rolling in and out guys that just don't consistently grab their AFL opportunity.
Yep, fair enough. Fair enough to them. I want the Dogs to go a bit better. I like them.
Where are they on the ladder?
I wouldn't have a clue. I had them at
I'll tell ya.
17th.
You had them 17th, but you'd like them to do a bit better.
The Dags are 11th at the moment.
11th.
And Brisbane are just starting to remember.
They're just starting to
They're
get
starting to
fire
fire
up.
up a little bit. It was funny. I spoke to
Hawks are the ones for me.
I spoke to our mate Lockie Neal last week, and he kept messages saying that I curse them. I actually feel terrible. I love the Lions.
Lions 13th,
Hear
Dogs
them roar.
11th.
Hear them roar.
Let's We'll wait for our judgments in the next couple of weeks on the Lions to see whether they can keep that going.
I think they'll actually fire up a little bit. Hawks beat the Giants. Fucking hell, man.
Pick this one too.
Did you really?
You're red hot.
They do play very well there at Launceston.
They do, yeah. Remember we had the draw there. You might not have been at the Giants.
No,
at that
I didn't
stage.
play in that game.
We had back-to-back draws at the Giants, and one of them was against the Hawks.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Mate, they're a bloody good team at the moment, aren't they?
They compete, mate, and that's the beauty of
Can we go verbatim here by saying,
Yeah.
I reckon since this show's been in its infancy, 2 to 3 years, I've always been bullish on the Hawks.
Yeah.
And they're finally starting to come
You spoke
good.
about them last year, so they were coming up to third. And
No, when I was in
Do you
my
remember?
former role as the VFL head coach and
Yeah.
a media
Star.
media guy on the
Invoicer,
side,
yeah.
I did lots of Hawthorn games last year.
Yeah.
Invoicer. I did a lot of Hawthorn games last year, Brett. And I did say I think they're a side that
fucking
this
hell.
is last year verbatim. I
Yeah.
said they'll make finals
Yeah.
next year. And then they started zipping 5 this year. But they are knocking. which is great.
How's this, by the way? The last this is this is brought to you by friends at BWS. These beautiful stats. We're going to have some new stats next week that are going to be set for what we want to talk about.
Yeah.
So there's 3 stats that I really want to get going, and we're trying to work with Champion Data and BWS to get these stats to report for the games ahead and games prior. The fundamental,
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
which is what we love here. So that'll be, if this can be done, by the way, we're working this out at the moment. I want it to be the most possession accuracy within 15 to 30 metres of handballs and kicks.
You keeping up with this, Brett?
When he explained it to me the other day, I was like, "Phew." But anyway,
again.
Okay, I'll try again. Handballs and kicks under 30 metres.
Yeah, so efficiency.
And ground balls.
Yeah.
But so you're going to put all that in together. So-
All those 3 in together, that's the fundamental player of the week.
Okay.
Then there's the take him to the square.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I used to do to you. And that's where in D50 or forward 50, the player who wins the most one-on-one competitions.
Yeah. Well, that's a stat already.
And we haven't got this for this week, do we?
We don't this week.
But off the top of your head,
And I'll
Have you
just
got anyone
finish
for-
where I'm going with this.
Oh, sorry.
And then the last one
Who knows where
is
this
the
goes?
wounded bull.
the winnable.
Yeah.
The invoice.
And that's the player with the biggest discrepancy
Yeah.
of contested possessions versus uncontested possessions. So we don't want it on the out. We just want someone who's just
An
fucking
inside
head in the
pig.
trough.
So if you had to, without the stats,
The
right now,
one-on-one?
go for the first one, the fundamental.
Who would
King?
have been? Yeah.
Who would have been? Who did their
I
fundamentals?
think
well again?
a very obvious play would be Lockie Neal,
It's a good call.
like for the fundamentals. Obviously,
yeah.
mentored by Mick.
Yeah.
I'd say to take him to the square.
Yeah.
Nearly we might have to be Eric Hipwood this week after kicking
Took him
6.
to
Kicking
Square.
6. Yeah.
Can you go the other way and the defender that just stood up one on one?
Well, I did do that.
Jacob
we thought it might have
Weeder
been
was
a bit negative.
unbelievable the other night.
Yeah, he was good. And then the wounded bull.
Yeah.
Who do you reckon that
George
would be?
Wardlaw.
George Wardlaw.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. What do you, how many contested balls and clearances? He had
he had
11
15
clearances.
contested.
11
he had 10
clearances?
clearances.
10 clearances.
That's crazy.
And you just got to try and teach him how to get a little bit of that.
No, we don't
That-
want
that
that.
easy stuff.
We, 'cause we,
Easy
want the,
stuff.
we want the wound. We want to be wounded. Anyway, so
a
there's
great segment. Looking
Thank
forward
you.
to that one.
No, it's coming. But this week, we've got some interesting stats on these games. So just say that Hawks-Giants game, the last 6 out of 8 times Hawks have played down in Launceston have been decided by 7 points or less.
Yeah.
Can you believe that?
I'm believing it because I'm hearing you say it.
Yeah, well, it's true. West Coast to
Shout out our boy Will Day in that game too. He was massive.
Yeah, he was, wasn't he?
Our boy.
What would have he?
10 tackles, 26.
10 tackles. That's a lot of tackles.
Yeah.
He's
They're not fall on top ofs either. They're proper big hits.
since he's come back in,
Yep.
they have actually gone. So when did he come back in? Round 7. He's gone.
yeah,
They've
I
gone
reckon.
6-1 since he's been back in, right?
Mm.
6-2 maybe. Now
No,
he would have been in the
that's
best
too many games,
handful of players in most of those games.
I reckon his first one, you reckon his own admission, he was a bit rusty, but then he started to. Yeah.
And since then he's been saying, "I'm going okay."
Oh,
But
no.
He
But
would
he knows,
be
like, yeah, he's a
Brownlow
realist.
votes at Hawthorn this year. Right now, he'd probably have the most.
You reckon?
I reckon.
Wow.
There you go.
In their wins because he plays
'Cause
well.
they-
Yeah.
Dylan Moore was pretty good in that
Dylan was pretty
game
good.
for Jack Gunston's 250th. Kicked 5 and had 20 odd, but
Yeah, he just come along. Like, what pick was he? He was like a
he
mid.
maybe a rookie.
Who, Dylan Moore?
Yeah, or late pick. I don't know. Anyway, we've already done the ruse.
We've done the ruse. Let's get into
Eagles.
the Saints beat the Suns.
Oh.
Like, honestly,
Oh my god! This was the hardest watch. It was such a hard watch.
It's fucking hard to watch, mate. Boring as fuck. Boring.
Hey, can I put my hand up here?
Oh, Ross
Did you-
is
did you-
fun. I think it's a good brand, mate. Like, fuck me.
Again, this
honestly.
show last night, I was just lying in bed watching Kane's show.
Yeah.
And the whole panel was just ripping Ross's head off. And I'm like,
That's
he's
not
won
Ross's
by 3
fault.
points.
It's not Ross's fault.
And actually, if you look at the stats in this game, right?
Oh, I'd
It was
rather
actually
not.
the-
I'd rather
No,
we didn't because I want
it
to
was
keep the
actually
listeners.
Suns, right? It was actually the Suns that played more of an uncontested style. They had
I'm not saying-
140 uncontested
Chop
marks.
the head off it. It's not Ross. It's just this game in general was.
Last 2 or 3 minutes were pretty exciting.
Oh, I was asleep by then.
Yeah.
I'd actually gone to bed at 3/4 time.
Yeah, it was. It's just. Come on, give us something.
Talk to me about the Suns on the road. Was there anything in that? They're 7-0 at home, plus Darwin, and they're, I think, 5 in interstate apart from gather round. I think they won.
Yeah.
What do you say, Dill?
They played you.
Well, I used to tell you about. I used to tell you
Darwin.
Oh, that's right.
What Brendan Bolton used to do.
That was the
when we
week
went away.
I steam roomed it.
I'll tell you what Brendan Bolton used to do when we went away on trips.
Business trip. Wear the
Business
suit.
trip. Bring your suit out. So, what Bolt used to do, Brett, I don't know if you remember this story, you might have been zoned out. One day we're in a meeting and we're away in the hotel rooms, and all the coaches aren't there. We were there like waiting, and they walk in all in suits.
Is it on the
This is
Gold
in
Coast?
Gold Coast, all in suits.
You've got zinc on your nose and your Havianas ready to go to the
boys.
beach.
It's a fucking business trip. This is a fucking business trip. We're not here to fucking stuff around.
Yeah.
It's a business
Not
trip.
on holidays.
Not on holidays. So, Dimmer, go down to bloody MJ Bale and get a nice suit
Is
on.
it true that Heath Scotland missed a game on the Gold Coast or nearly missed a game because he got sunburnt feet? I'd heard that story somewhere.
I don't know if that's
Went to the
true.
beach.
Maybe that's true. I'm not sure. Swans beat the Cats. How good are the Swans? Honestly, like that is they're
Gave
very,
up
very
a
good
zip,
at the moment.
zip 5 head start goals, and then just come roaring home in the second half.
They're hard to beat at the SCG as well.
Look at
just-
their top 4 players though. Your
Gordon.
boy, Big Brody Grundy.
I had Grundy on the pod this week.
Yeah. Was it good? Good.
Yeah,
ad?
he's very, very cool guy.
Is he left to centre in terms of his thinking
No,
and all that
it
sort
was
of
actually
stuff?
funny because I did say that to him, and it was a very lazy thing. And he goes like, "Man, I'm actually not that fucking weird. Like, I'm just different to like everyone else."
Yeah.
Which,
Well, everyone is, aren't they?
yeah, we're all different.
Yeah.
And he's just like, it was really good. He called me out on that, which is good. And I like it's contradicting too because I'm probably the weirdest fucking insult myself.
In the first bit of it, you talk about Vespers.
Yeah,
You were big.
yeah. I
and-
used to love my best.
And going to the beach in Bondi. You
Yeah.
Bondi guy, were you?
I was a bit of a Bronte sort of guy.
Oh, yeah.
Did you not see his Insta? This is my favourite place in the world.
Yeah.
Loves Bronte.
He's moving back there. I'll listen to that as well. There's a scoop.
I'll be back.
Are you moving back?
One day.
Yeah, but listen to
It's
the
gonna
top
be hard
5
for us to
players.
do that.
Goulden, 37-1. Heaney, 26-2. Grundy, Warner, 26-2.
How good was
Rob-
Warner's goal where he's just motored? Poor old Mitchy Duncan. I felt sorry for him.
Oh, Dunko.
Rowbottom, 10 tackles, and Papley, 4 goals. Like,
Paddle bum.
Gee,
Max
weird.
Holmes, like there was a lot of hype on him for a long time, and I hadn't probably
Bought
seen
in-
it.
you hadn't
Yeah,
bought in?
not the fact that I didn't think he was a good player. I know he's a good player, but there was just so much hype at him.
Yeah.
But now I'm like, okay, I can actually see this. Like,
Yeah.
he's,
Well,
yeah.
there was a bit of speculation, I think, when he was first drafted, ex-athlete. What was he going to be? But
So
he's
was he an ex-athlete, like a runner or something, or what was he?
oh yeah, and I think his mum was a 400 or 800 meter.
Yeah, right. You can actually see that in his.
But
when he does
his
it.
power and his ability to break the lines, kicks
Yeah.
it beautifully, takes the game on. I love. Big Jerry was all right. Is he coming on? What's going on there with Big Jerry? Is he,
Oh, Jerry, he posted us a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
You know, it was funny. They since they started losing, you know how the Cats like, oh, we go in at 10 a.m. and we go in for 5 minutes and it's all happy. Yeah, guess what, boys? Enjoy your fucking meetings now, because you will not be leaving that football club. No offense. I love Geelong. I do love.
no
No,
offense.
no.
Beep,
I do
beep,
love Geelong.
beep.
No, I do love Geelong.
Whose voice were you taking off
I
there?
don't know anyone that's ever said that. But there's just this whole thing with like, oh, Geelong's the best place ever to go. You know, they have so much
That's
fun.
how they all talk down
yeah,
Geelong.
It's fucking easy when you're winning, lads. Okay, try
Yeah.
lose a few. I'm telling you now.
Yeah.
You'll be in meetings, and I think they're finding themselves in some
In
meetings
the
at the
meeting,
moment.
so you can't get down.
So you can't get down. I do love Geelong though.
Yeah.
I've got a lot of mates there.
We want Jerry to
know
come
that,
on.
and we do want Jerry to come on. So, Scotty, if we can cut the meetings back, win a couple games, that'd be fantastic. Papley, is he the best celebrator in the game? Yes.
he does enjoy a good celebration.
He's great.
Who has the energy to celebrate like that?
Oh, I did.
Did you?
Essendon lost
He
to
did
Carlton.
actually love a celebration.
I did. Essendon lost to Carlton.
Yep. Did you tip this one?
What do you think of the Mackay battle?
Snooze fest.
Lacklustre, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was a bit of Saints versus Gold Coast, that one, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was
all built up to be this huge thing, but
Yeah.
Ben did his job and Harry didn't
Harry
get
kicked
anywhere.
one early, though. I didn't see
Yeah, that was
it.
a free kick.
Okay.
Yeah. Which was arguably there, but
Cameron spent too much time in the
Yeah.
up-
Wasn't the
up in
best
the family
game
box.
for them to
no, mate, no
play
key
either
forwards
with the-
really.
was
Charlie
pissing
Curnow
down,
was
freezing.
okay, but ultimately it was yeah.
You did this game?
I did this game. yeah.
Bombers should have won it.
Elijah Hollins was really
Reckon?
good.
Yeah, Elijah
Tom
Hollins good.
DeConning was huge.
He is a good player.
He's a good ruckman.
Do you know what I love about
Hey,
him?
he's
He's
a
a
good
good, you know
ruckman.
why, though?
Yeah.
Because
Oh.
he takes a mark down the line. He takes a mark down the line, Brett.
I'm not. If we have a look at his
Well,
marks,
I don't know the stats and the numbers, but I'm telling
No,
you,
but
he
I'm
has
just
a
gonna-
presence
I'm just
down the
gonna-
line.
So he's a long
five
down the
marks.
liner.
He's
not
a long
ruckman.
down the liner. And you know what he's very good at that I love? Oh, I love it when he does this.
grabs
So
it
he
out of
gets
the
a-
ruck.
Gets out of the ruck and he fucking
He
bombs
boots it. He boots
Or
it.
he gets a free kick. He'll get like bloody
He had 6
all these
centre bounce
boys getting
clearances.
like handballs. He goes, no, fuck that. I'm going to wheel onto my left and he'll kick it 70 metres deep.
Yeah.
Quick.
Yeah.
Love that from him.
Who was that big left footer that used to play for Carlton many years ago? Come from another club. Anyway, not
The
Ash
ruckman?
Christou. Yeah, the ruckman. Remember he used
How,
to
like, what year are we talking?
05, 06, somewhere around there. Brian or something like
Oh, I know who
Brian
you're talking
Lake.
about.
that. You know what I'm talking about. He's a big
Play
lefty.
Carlton.
Anyway, he
no,
used to just wolf.
Definitely not a household name.
Yeah, right.
Was it Chris Bryant?
Chris Bryan.
Yeah.
I reckon that's the name.
He went from Collingwood to Carlton.
Yeah, that's him.
Remember him, Dyl?
I actually
He
don't.
used to play at Carlton.
Oh,
Yeah.
I might have had a poster of him. I don't know. Maybe got him to sign the old bloody book. Prior to the weekend, Essendon and Carlton had scored the same amount of points against each other since 2008. How the hell are we getting these stats? 2,348. So that just shows they're always somewhat of close games.
You look at the stats in this game. The inside 50s
Oh,
plus
mate.
19.
I don't know how Essendon... Oh, I know how, because I watched it, but they just... Like, their inside 50 entries were...
Dismal.
putrid.
Yeah.
Hey, answer this quickly.
Riddle
'cause
me
we've
this.
got to get on to
Okay.
the other things. But what's your top 3 stats that you look at as a professional AFL coach? What's your top
What are
3
your
stats?
KPIs?
Yeah, what are your 3 stats? Because every person out there, maybe someone actually does want to learn something today.
Yeah.
Give me your 3 stats where they can go to the pub and they go, these 3 actually matter.
No U-turns.
Yeah.
Give the ball
How
up
many
off the
times did
ground.
he come off the back of the square?
It's interesting, yeah, because I'm like, in my role now, I don't get caught up too much in that as you roll your eyes. But when I was coaching
fucking
down at the
answer, mate.
lower
Oh,
level,
yeah.
I was big on a balance of contest and control, right? So I was big on what your contested possession differential is, your clearance differential, so it gives you ground position, and then controlling the ball with uncontested marks. / time in
So
possession.
there's a bit of both there. In all
Or
seriousness, 'cause you've
stopping
got
them getting uncontested marks
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
Defending the ground pretty
yeah,
well.
fair bit of that.
you've got contested, and then how many times are you holding on to it with the
Yeah.
marks and keeping the ball in possession?
Yeah, but then the coaching part of it is finding that balance between you don't want to do the Saturday night Gold Coast and St Kilda and have 150 uncontested marks and just turn it into a slow,
Snooze.
boring game without any penetration. So balance of contest and control, and those are probably the 3 or 4 that me personally, speaking from my own lens, value the most.
No, he's a very good coach, our friend. That's what we like to
right.
hear. That's what we love to hear. We do get a bit of gold
Bit
in
of
this stuff.
substance.
Collingwood beat the D's. Are Melbourne?
Are they done?
Are they good? Are they good?
I've got grave concerns. Yeah. Well, you look at their last 4. They got nutted by West Coast over there.
Yeah, that isn't.
Come out and win the next week.
Who did they beat? Carlton? They won by a point, did they?
They beat the Saints.
Oh,
Yeah, that was comfortable.
mean,
But then they get beaten by 92 by Freo.
Yeah.
yeah,
And then touched up essentially. 38 points. It's a comfortable victory in a huge game for the club yesterday.
What are they missing, Brett? What are they missing?
Is
Is it the same old? Yeah, it's the same old, is it?
I think so.
Kind of got good mids, good backs.
Well, their mids aren't exact. Yeah, well, Maxi Gorn's had a monster game again. He's 25 and 45 hit outs.
Might need a segment Ruckman of the Week.
Yeah, I've got a lot of rucks going really well at the moment. So
DeConning, Gorn,
almost an up your jumper to our man DB. But
Cherry.
Petrarca got injured early, so I think that hurt him. Obviously, hurt him. Oliver's going okay without shooting the lights. He's not back at his best. Viney's doing the same. But I reckon the person they miss the most is Brayshaw, and he's not coming back because he played that defensive mid role that allowed the other boys to go and do what they needed to do. And then, down back, Lever's been a big out. Our boy Tomo got the arse, unfortunately.
How good? One highlight though for Melbourne is how good Stephen May.
Yeah.
He's a very, very good player.
Yeah.
Very. With our take him to the square stat, I'd love to see what.
Oh, let's find out. We'll
well,
get champion
yeah,
data
we will.
on it.
Champion data on it with BWS. We'd love to get them going because
But what about-
he doesn't lose. He rarely loses. And you know who he always plays really well against? I remember the Carlton Melbourne game. Always play Charlie Curnow, arguably the hardest player to match up on.
Yeah.
Key forward in the AFL. And just if you can play on him, you can nearly play on anyone.
Yeah.
And he plays on him extremely well. Where you'd think he wouldn't have him just with that athleticism.
Yeah.
It's
Hey,
there.
D's no good, but how good are the Pies considering their injury list and their
Hey,
ability just to keep getting the job done? Something's here.
Someone's here.
Pies are here.
Nathan Kruger. How are you? My name's Nathan. Kick 3.
Did he?
I think.
He's been around a while.
Yeah, but he got injured, didn't he? He was injured
Yeah,
for
he's
a
hardly
while.
played.
He's flicked it.
Kicked
second
3,
club
11,
now. Who
yeah.
he used to play for?
Yeah.
Say yeah, and say the club afterwards.
Who did he play for?
Do you know Brett?
Pussycats.
Yeah.
Did he?
Yeah.
No.
With Jermaine Jones.
Really?
Yeah.
He wouldn't have played any. He didn't play any games.
Jermaine Jones and Krooks.
Actually, I forgot to. Jermaine Jones nearly ran you boys over the line on the weekend. By the way,
Instrumental weight.
he wasn't happy with that.
Can I give a shout out to our boy Jack Crisp? Massive in that game yesterday. 227th game consecutively. So comes into second all time. Jimmy Stein's still in front on 244.
Yeah.
He'll get that.
But had the medal, 27. Massive day.
Give us an insight. Like, he seems like a bit of a quirky character.
He's quirky.
What's he like? 'Cause
He's got the utmost confidence in his own abilities to
Really?
get the job done.
Yeah, good on him.
And I've actually asked him, I said, mate, how do you just continue to get yourself up and about? Because he plays contested inside pig, big minutes, but just recovers really well. 3 young kids at home.
Got another one on the way?
No.
Did he just have one?
Just had one.
Yeah.
And so consistent. Like, actually got made sub earlier this year, and I reckon that was a kick in the arse that he probably needed because he was just going. But since he's been back and injected back into that midfield, between him and Dacos, the Dacos boys, and Pendles when he was there, because DeGoey's been out a fair bit this year.
Mitchell out with the foot.
Mitch is out with a foot.
They are an admirable side. So the guys that have come in, they've haven't got DeGoey, Pendlebury. Who else haven't they got at the moment? Like 6 to 8 of their better players.
Yeah.
And then
This
the
goes
guys
on.
that come in, like we talk about other clubs that the bottom 6 or 8 just don't come in and do the role or do it well enough. Like they've had guys that you wouldn't know them if they jumped up in your wheat bix.
Yeah.
But they come out and just contribute to a
Or if
result.
they just played.
Yeah. or if they've played 250 games.
Doesn't matter.
That's up to them to impress me. That's for sure. All right, really good review this week. Can't get upset with that one because we went into it. Definitely going on here. We've still got the GOAT discussion. I want to continue. This week we've had to just do Geelong because there's too many to get through in Geelong to actually sort this out.
Yeah.
So how about these names? So this is, again, for those who haven't been playing at home, the greatest of all time of your club from 2000 to 2030. There's a 6-year projection period there, which we love.
Yep.
Geelong projection period I don't think really matters. Here's some names for you.
Yep.
Gary Ablett Jr.
Just put him in.
Matthew Scarlett.
1, 2, right there.
Joel Selwood.
Or 3. There you go. 1, 2, 3.
Tom Hawkins.
That was easy.
Tom Stewart.
Stuart's like 5-time All-Australian.
Corey Enright. Joel Corey. Jimmy Bartell.
Nathan
Stevie
Kruger.
Johnson.
Stevie be that flat if he listens to this
Brian
and doesn't
Myers.
get a mention.
He's next Messi, remember? You never know. No, but I do love Graham Myers. But that's a pretty good... And there's a few there that we haven't even sort of mentioned. You could even go someone like Tom Harley's been instrumental. You know someone I really want to get on the podcast, Darcy? And we're going to hit him up this week? Cameron Ling.
Yeah.
He's a good player.
And ripping fella.
Ripping fella. And also was really obviously instrumental in that period of winning a lot of...
Yeah. I wouldn't put him in the top 3, though.
No, neither. I'm just saying it's like you've got a lot of people there.
Piss
to go.
drinkers and good time had, I reckn, Lingy'd be right up there.
Is he a bit of a... He's on the circuit type of operator?
No, not on the circuit, but he loves a beer.
Down there to Lammies, was he?
Yeah.
He was down Lambie's.
I reckon he was at Lingy's.
Geelong then. Is that the top 3? Gary Ablett Jr., Matthew Scarlett, Joel Selwood?
Hard to argue against those 3.
Yeah. And
What about Tom Stewart?
Tom Stewart, he's...
I'm not projecting. Yeah.
I think Tom
No,
Stewart.
I
If
think-
you're projecting anyway...
So what about this then? Change the
Tom
question.
Stewart.
If they were still looking to win a flag this year,
Yeah.
would Tom Stewart then be in the conversation?
If
they,
you won
well,
one.
if they won one.
If they won another one?
And he got another All-Australian.
Yeah.
He wouldn't be in the All-Australian side at the moment, or would he?
Don't think so.
No.
Hasn't been at his absolute best, but had to deal with some negative forwards like Dill Buckley used to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Joel
They're
Selwood.
worried
Well, so
about
definitely Ablett Jr., Joel Selwood. Scully's, he just punches it.
Well,
Doesn't he?
no, I'm not going to go
Everyone
there
else
with it.
does.
I'm not going to go there
Doesn't
with
he
this.
just punch it?
Well, no, he doesn't. He's a very good player. I had the chat with Tom Harley recently, and the way he spoke about Matthew Scarlett was, I almost cried listening to it. Like the love and respect, obviously, he's got of his teammates is crazy.
Yeah.
But I was probably a little bit young to
Fully appreciate.
Scarlett. So I don't think
Yeah.
I got to see him and what he was best at. Whereas Gary Ablett Jr., even seeing him what he did at Gold Coast, I know we're talking about Geelong at the moment, but then to go back to Geelong, Joel Selwood, obviously, he's got to be in there for what he's been able to do.
Yeah.
So
Gaz's resume is pretty good. He wasn't as good when he first started,
No.
but then came good, but then left
Yeah.
and was elite. So is he? Well, you can't be the goat at 2 clubs.
So we've left
you
out-
can't be that
I
good.
think, yeah.
So
we've
that says you are the goat overall.
left out Bartel, Hawkins, Stevie J,
Joel
Stewart.
Corey Enright,
Stevie J's got
Tom
a pretty
Corey
good
Enright
resume.
is
Tom Hawkins.
I wouldn't be surprised if you asked a lot of those guys around the
He was
wing
best and
era.
fairest in premiership
Yeah.
years.
That's what I was thinking.
I reckon a lot of those guys, if you asked Joel Selwood to do it, that'd be great to hear what
I think I did. Who did Tom Harley say? He said Gary Ablett Jr. He said Gary Ablett Jr., Scarlett, and
Enright?
Melbourne.
Enright. Yeah,
Yeah, I
Enright.
reckon a lot of them that played with Enright would have put Enright in.
Wow, it's bloody tough. All right, there you go, Geelong. Let us know what you are thinking. Guess what? It's time for, ladies and
Mixed
gentlemen. Mixed mailbag.
You haven't sent me anything again
Mailbag
this week.
at DylanFriends.com for mixed mailbag that Dylan reads out. Okay, Samuel Cross said, "Hey boys, got a story about Mick Barlow, who coached our 2023 school footy premiership side.
And,
At Dealer. I wasn't there.
I don't know.
You
It
went-
doesn't
you
say where it
were
was.
22.
It was grand final day, and what usually comes with that is a great pump up speech pre-game, and Mick delivered talking about the winter solstice, something to do with the shortest day of the year. What it was how it is on grand final day. Not sure if much footy was actually mentioned in the address. What happened to be a cracking speech ended up in Mick getting us the win comfortably, adding to one of Mick's many accomplishments.
Yeah, I do remember that, Crossy. He actually left the field concussed that day, Crossy. But the winter solstice, are you familiar with what it is? Because you've just mentioned it.
I've heard of it.
Just the shortest day of the year.
Explain it to us.
June 21st. June 21st. It is the shortest day of the year from sunrise to sunset.
Bloody coming up.
Yeah, no,
Let's hang out.
It is. But when I actually am very satisfied with the fact because
You remember it?
how many
None.
pre-game coach addresses can you remember?
None.
I remember the business trip one.
That's right.
With the suits.
Business trip. I remember. I used to forget coached by
Oh,
Ross.
Ross. Yeah, no, we're aware.
Oh.
What, just fall asleep?
Please. Please.
Oh, don't hit your head on the roof.
Yeah,
and
they
you
can
don't
only
know
jump
how
so
you can
high.
jump.
In this room, outside all that stuff.
tell
Thanks,
that.
Crossy. You got any more there?
Yes, we do. Kai Paduski said, "Can you tell Michael to please fill us in on what the hell Big Hammer Time is? Hammer Free has to do with the breakout of the Scooby-Doos. Any harm in the unit strapping up for the big time? We know that Monkey is a part of the club, but part-time American motorbike ruck coach mover..." Wait a second, I'm going to read this better. "We know the Monkey is only part-time at the club, part-time American motorbike ruck bag mover, but Mick, seriously, any harm in you mob playing the monster? You have your new Scooby-Doos. Give the hands down the long operator. I reckon it's time. Thoughts, lads? I mean, come on.
In summation.
Sorry, that was fucking hard to read.
In summation,
He's
this
a
guy is
player.
saying...
He's a player.
Hamish
Hamish Free's
Free
a
is
player.
on the list. He's a ruckman.
That
Be
gives
a big
context.
unit.
That gives context.
Tristan Cherry's probably our number one ruckman at the moment.
He did a good chase.
We
on the
can
weekend.
chuck another one in if you want.
Oh, I think we need it. I think we need him. Does he take marks down the line?
He can take a mark down the line, yeah.
That's what
Big
we
long
want.
down the lineman.
Yeah, and he'd be obviously missing Monkey at the moment.
But Monkey's back this
going on.
week.
Yeah, good. Mitch Franco said, just a quick one for Mick.
Oh,
This is-
jeez, mate.
I think Mick's mailbag is just
Just
messages
for
to
Mick.
Mick. About 15 to 20 years ago, Mick's old man pulled out one of my teeth at the Cobram dentist. I was just wondering if he could get my tooth back for me. I really miss that tooth, and it's a bit of
This is a piss take.
it's a bit of a dog of a herb to steal my
The tooth.
tooth and not give it back after all these years.
Yeah, well, Dad's retired.
Okay.
Yeah, so he's kept the tooth.
Okay, he's kept it. Last one.
Is it for?
Lids.
Oh!
Here we go. Oh, this is good.
Is it better than the tooth one?
It's fucking better than that. At Rom.
Oh, you're
Because we
wrong.
know our boy loves an investment.
He does.
He does.
And an invoice.
An invoice, yeah. Got an inside scoop on Lids for you boys. He bought a unit off my dad's development around 12 years ago in St Kilda East and was desperate to get unit number 3 since it was his playing number. Once he bought it, lot 3 had been readjusted by the unit allocation numbers from the council to something completely different, and Brettles was filthy. So, Brett, you bought apartment 3.
I did. Yeah.
Thinking
Number
3 on the back. Won't forget my address. Here we go. What number are you? Well, let me check. 3. Yep, that's where I am. He's gone.
Double pointers.
He's gone. Number 3 on the back and 3 on the bloody licence. Here I go. That's my address.
When he goes to Vic Roads, what's your address, mate?
Go, mate. What number am I?
It's on,
on me back.
Mill Street, and you figure out what number it is, dickhead. Anyway, keep going.
So Brett, is
He's checked out.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Oh,
That was
Mate, I had a choice of 2 or 3, so I said,
okay.
well, give me 3 then.
There's a bit of
that's-
mayo.
that is
There's a bit of
tremendous.
mayo.
Hey,
in
great
there.
It's up
mixed
for sale,
mailbag. You got
actually.
any more?
Up for sale.
It's up for sale.
Wow.
Yeah.
You got any more?
No, that's it from
Hey,
mixed mailbag.
I've got a mixed mailbag.
Just mailbag at DylanFriends.com to feature on the show.
Beautiful. I got a mixed mailbag.
Not from
One
Clayton,
came
is
across
it?
my desk.
From Clayton English?
No, not from Clayton Hinkley. This is from Michael Coventry, but it was from a number of sources have sent this in.
Okay.
We were all confident heading over to the West that North could get the job done.
We?
Were we, Brett? Did you tip us?
I think we did, didn't we?
I didn't tip you.
Okay. I did.
You did. You definitely tipped us.
It was 2:15 at half time, so I.
So you tipped us.
I love North, yeah.
Okay. So on one of your podcasts, it's been drawn to my attention that you may be plugging one of your sponsors well in advance. This is 2 or 3 weeks ahead of a certain event, just predicting that North would still be rudderless and winless.
North Melbourne versus Collingwood, exclusive to Fox Footy, available on KO. Can North Melbourne get their first win for Big Mickey Barlow? It's going to be hard against Collingwood. And that's next week. Okay.
So I got that in from Michael Coventry, who said, "Hi guys."
Why are those dads going out now, Darcy, you fucking idiot?
He said, "Sorry for the caps lock.
That's Darcy.
Didn't mean to be so abrasive, but Mick needs to really get into Dyl about his current KO promos on the closure of the Dyl Friends Brody Grundy app. Unreal episode, by the way. He clearly states North Melbourne and Collingwood this weekend. Can North Melbourne get their first win for Mickey Barlow?" So we've already got that heading into that game. How far in advance are these recorded?
Oh.
Does Dyl have no faith in Mickey Barlow and North winning at all this year? He has recorded all the games for 2024 already. How many hours has this win against the Eagles cost him? Your biggest Kiwi fan in WA, Michael.
That's beautiful. Well, I've got to go and bloody re-record that now. But you know what? It's funny with those ads. We do them for KO, and at the bottom we preview the basketball. You should hear those. That takes me 10 minutes to get through because I do not watch any basketball. And you've got to sort of predict. You sort of got to predict what happens.
You can't wait for the NBA finals.
Can't wait for the NBA. Actually, check it out.
How is the NBA finals going?
Good from all reports. It's going well.
Celtics 2-0.
Hey boys, guess what?
What is
That's
it?
all we've got time for this week on the review.
Okay.
But guess what?
Tune in for
The preview.
Oh.
Yeah.
Here we go.
All right. See you later.
All right.